Good day, everyone. Ali Safi here, Safi Financial Network. Today is November 13, 2025. S&P 500, we got into 6,800, 6,860, and then a slaughter down almost 120 points to the downside, which is kind of like a very high volume reversal. And remember, I was talking about this the previous video. I was talking about this. If we get above this wide range bar, if we close above this, that would be a great kind of like a signal that this correction is over. But seems like last 2 days market showed up that it doesn't. The correction is not finished yet, and we get back to 6740 level. If we get below this level, I would say if we get below 6700, then it's going to be more choppiness and more downside move is coming to 6,500, which is going to be the October low, and that would be a perfect scenario for kind of like saying the bottom is in and we need to get back to the long position. Right now, I would say still cautious and be careful about the market. And remember, on that time, I was saying about the Nasdaq. Nasdaq gave me hesitation just because this high, which initiated this low, actually did not engulf to the upside. So that is very, very important level, 25,725. And NASDAQ just for a pretty nice head and shoulder here. You see that this is a classic head and shoulder in 4-hour chart. Neckline broke to the downside, and we are getting all the way down to here. Potentially, we're going to see a bounce back up, but then another sell-off to the downside, which I would say that's going to be a bigger head and shoulder forming, and we are going to see all the way down to 2400, even lower could be a possible scenario. But October low is 2400, and we will give market benefit of doubt that October low, even lower, could be tested in the next few days. So that would be a great kind of like a buying opportunity for technology names. US 30, which is Dow, at the same time forming a pretty nice reversal at the top. So yesterday we got a pretty nice bullish candle. Today we got a bearish engulfing at the top, and we may see this one is as well. So going all the way down to this 45 to 48, 45 to 46 thousand area. That would be the scenario that I'm looking at for a kind of like a bottom information, or find out the support at least for a short period of time. Gold, the same here. We got pretty nice into this box here, and we got a nice reversal to the downside today. And if we get below this pivot, which I believe that that's going to be ABC correction, which is going to be A wave, and then this is going to be a B wave, and C wave is coming down the road, and that would be 3600 to 3700. You saw that. So gold is getting all the way down to here to this area. Exactly the same for silver. Actually, silver had pretty nice move to the upside, went above this box and getting back to the downside. So silver is, I would say, outperforming gold with this B wave, and potentially we're going to see a zigzag and testing this low. If it goes slightly lower, that would be great buying opportunity. So we're going to see how it's going to unfold with silver as well. But I would say silver had marvelous move to the upside. It was going above this box, which is going to be this supply area. And if you're going to see if silver goes back down below this, that would be a B wave. And now C wave is starting down the road. Moving on to crude. Crude had a pretty volatile session as well. Gap down and then up. Yesterday, especially, crude went all the way down. And today we got a positive momentum for crude. Crude just to get back to the positive territory. Still, I'm seeing this as like a bull flag here. So we will see if crude can take out this 60 area. That would be kind of like the scenario that we can see 65. And then after 65, we should see nice move to the upside, potentially to 72 and $80 per barrel. Moving on to Bitcoin. Bitcoin pretty nicely formed exactly what we were expecting for. So this is kind of like the scenario that I explained a lot. So this is a head and shoulder with trigger below this support area. We got pretty nice bounce to 107, goodbye kiss, and then getting back to the downside. I would say Bitcoin is getting close to this bottom, or even lower. That would be a great buying opportunity. But I would say 92 to 96 or even 98, that would be a very nice demand area, institutional level, and we will see how it goes with Bitcoin. Ethereum is the same. We got a pretty nice choppiness downside move to 31, 3,200 again. So if Ethereum goes all the way down to 2,900, that would be a nice setup for Ethereum to get back to the upside. So right now, I'm just looking at for potential another final dip down for forming a pretty nice bottom for crypto market. Bond yield at the same time spiking higher today, 3.58. Seems like some Federal Reserve chairmans, they were kind of like a saying about the interest rate can stay here and we can have a pause for December. Still uncertainty for the market about the interest rate. Right now, we are forming a pretty nice reverse head and shoulder for the bond yield. So if bond yield goes higher, I would say this is the area that everyone needs to take a look at 3.65, 3.80. That would be the area that we can get another sell signal for the bond yield. Right now, it's forming a slightly bullish pattern for the bond yield. Treasury at the same time going lower today. And I would say Treasury can test this 88, 80, 88.50. So we'll see how it goes with Treasury bond. Dixie at the same time goes lower. Seems like dollar is getting weaker and weaker. And this is kind of not the corrective phase. Potentially, this is a corrective rally, and we are going to see another potentially slow down to 97, 97.50. VIX at the same time spiking higher today, closed above 20, actually at right $20 per share. So VIX is getting back to the upside. Moving on to Apple. Apple pretty close to new all-time high, getting reversal, still holding up pretty well. Amazon at the same time slaughtered down 237. Meta goes up today. Actually, Meta was positive, so just a 14.14%, or I would say Meta went up just a couple cents to the upside. Pretty nice momentum for Meta. Microsoft at the same time going down today, 1.54% to the downside. Google had a bad day today, 2.84% to the downside. Netflix going down today, almost a flat, but seems like the corrective rally is over for now for Netflix. Tesla slaughtered to the downside below the level that I was expecting, like 410. And right now, I would say Tesla is getting all the way down to 360 to 340. We'll see how it goes. Semiconductor index are getting back to the downside as well. So 3% for SMH. For stocks, 3.40%. And also NVDA just getting back down as well, 3.58%. Look at 177, important pivotal point. Right now, we are at 186. AMD, the same here, 4% to the downside. Pretty choppy for AMD these days, going down. Lam Research is very Taiwan Semiconductor is very close to 282. So we will see if it goes below 280. That would be kind of like very strong warning signal because it can go all the way down to $30 per share. Texas Instrument barely flat today, almost flat day. Lam Research is slaughtered to downside 5%. Even after hours, it goes lower, 151. And Lam Research can go all the way down to 130. Moving on to financials, they kind of like getting back to a downside as well, pretty close to new all-time high, but getting back to a downside. Financials can go, XLF go 48 to 50, KBE the same, going back to a downside, keep an eye on 54, KRE keep an eye on 57. JP Morgan just a slaughter today, 3% to the downside, 3.41, going all the way down, $309. Goldman Sachs, the same 4% to the downside, bearish engulfing at the top, pretty sharp candle to the downside. So we will see how it goes. Still on the uptrend, but a very strong reversal for Bank of America as well. Moving on to the gold miners, GDX. So these ones are pretty close, are kind of like an identical move to gold. So if they take out this low, which is a November low, that would be kind of like a strong sell signal to them. 54 is coming for GDX. GDXJ the same here. I'm kind of like eyeing on 76. AEM, the same scenario. Keep an eye on 150. Newmont, keep an eye on $76 per share. Moving on to XLE, which is Energy Spider. They were holding up pretty well today compared to the other markets or indexes or stocks. XLE, Energy Spider, holding up itself above 90. Exxon at the same time closed positive today, 0.57% positive. After hours actually went up as well. And Chevron here had a very nice move today, 1.47% to the upside. Seems like the energy market is getting back to rally, and I believe that they are already into a good momentum for a nice move to the upside. All right, folks, I covered everything. If you like this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and have a good one. See you on the chart. Bye-bye.